sometimes boxing matches just get a bit too ridiculous. And I don't mean the fight. I mean, it's the fight against myself to not go to sleep. Not because the fights were bad, but because you have to stay up, as I said, till like 6 in the morning to watch the fight. I think it started at like 5:30 or something. It wasn't finished till like after 6, and I didn't get to sleep till like 6:30. So we live in a weird world where we can actually see what's going on across the planet. But at the same time, man, maybe I love sleep. You know, as Steve Carell would have said in Anchorman, he loves lamp. I love sleep. I was up until goddamn 6:30 in the morning yesterday. Today, I guess. It's pretty late in the afternoon now. Got up late. You know, Sunday and all that. I was up till 6:30 watching the Wilder Ortiz fight. Number 2, numero dos. Do. That's all the languages. All the languages in the world. Interesting fight. Pretty much went the way I think most people thought it would. Wilder getting the knockout in the 7th round. While getting the knockout, just like with the first fight, he didn't really win many of the rounds. I think Ortiz probably won most of the rounds, if not all of the rounds, up to that point. And Wilder did what Wilder does. He goes wild and gets the KO. That's his game plan. Knock you out. It doesn't matter if that comes in the 1st round or the 12th round. He's going to knock you out. It's sort of his entire point. The one time he hasn't knocked someone out was Tyson Fury. And it's because Fury is actually an incredibly good technical boxer. Like next level boxing IQ. And Wilder just couldn't hit him most of the time. But with Ortiz, you know, he's getting there in terms of age. He'd still knock any guy on the street out without a shadow of a doubt. And probably 99% of people in the heavyweight division. But honestly, it went a bit longer than I thought it would. I thought, just from a storytelling point of view, if Ortiz had been... Either I wanted Ortiz to win, or Ortiz to get knocked out in, like, the 1st round. I don't know why. You know, I'm good with either way. But, like, I'm not super invested in those two fighters. I mean, I like Wilder. I don't mind Ortiz. But I sort of do want to see that Wilder-Fury rematch again. So I'm glad that it came out the way it did. And we can get a Wilder-Fury for the World Heavyweight Championship, WBC. Andy Ruiz then as well. We got him coming up with AJ number 2. Big year for boxing, if I'm going to be fair. A lot of good matches. A lot of good fights on. I don't know how that one's going to go. This one I would have predicted Wilder to win. Andy Ruiz... Joshua 2, not sure. Really unclear as to who's going to win that. AJ looks in really good nick. He looks much less bulky. I remember seeing him watching the first fight, and I was like, man, he looks like a beast. He looks too big. And Ruiz is obviously just fat. But Anthony Joshua looked like a behemoth. He looks cut now. He looks like he's dropped a decent amount of weight. And he almost looks, just from his face, he almost looks like he did like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, when he was getting out of competing at the Olympics and he was fighting Klitschko for the first time. I think AJ was a really good boxer. And he sort of just got too boxy. By boxy, I don't mean he was boxing. He got too boxy. He was very rigid in the way he moved. There was not a lot of movement in him. And maybe this loss is what was needed to pull him back to the way he used to box. The way that got him to that Vladimir Klitschko point in 2015 or 16. He's really changed his style of boxing since then. And it hasn't served him well, in my opinion. He's never looked really, really good in fights. A lot of the fights I've watched live, he's generally lost the fights until he's got the knockout, just like Wilder. Except I think Wilder is more of a... He's like a firecracker, Wilder. You know, you never know when he's going to knock you out. I don't know. I think it's an interesting time for the heavyweight division. A lot of good fighters, a lot of good fights. I'm glad, you know... I'm glad America has like a boxing champ of the world. Actually, both of them. Because Ruiz is actually American. But the fact that America has these people, you know, flying the flag for the sport. I guess it's a good thing until Tyson Fury comes back and claims all the titles, all the belts. So, not really surprised by the by the Wilder result. It was probably going to happen in 99 out of 100 cases. Sort of sad, though, that Ortiz has never won a World Heavyweight Championship over all his time in the sport. You know, he's been a stalwart there for a decade now. Just saw how it goes. Not everyone can be a world champ. Anyway, guys, interesting couple of fights coming up before the end of the year, and hopefully they won't let us down. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then the Bronze Bomber himself. All right, that's Deontay Wilder. If you don't know, that's his nickname, Bronze Bomber. Tyson Fury rightfully called it out, being like, "You're the Bronze Bomber." He's like, "I'm the Golden Man." Deontay Wilder got 3rd place in the Olympics. So it was like, "I'm the Bronze Bomber." You're sort of accepting that you were 3rd in the best. But now he's world champ, so who can really say anything? But he will go after you, all right? Wild puncher, wild man, Wilder. You don't want that, you really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been Narendra the Comic. You have been great, I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.